Hello, it's so good to have you here. Welcome. Here, we talk about how to take care of your health to enjoy life to the fullest.
Most people believe that feeling tired, losing strength, and slowing down after 60 is simply part of aging. But what if I told you that this idea is one of the biggest lies ever accepted? The truth is, energy and vitality don't have to fade with time. They can be rebuilt naturally, right from your own kitchen. Picture this. Instead of relying on pills or expensive treatments, imagine using a simple natural recipe made from everyday seeds that fuels your muscles, sharpens your focus, and gives you the kind of disposition you thought was gone forever. No tricks, no gimmicks, just nature doing what it's always done. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll reveal how a single spoonful of this superflower can awaken strength, protect your health after 60, and even restore that spark of vitality you've been missing. And here's the secret, this isn't theory. It's a proven blend of ancestral wisdom and modern science that very few people know about. Loss of energy and vitality after 60. It often comes as a surprise when, after turning 60, the body doesn't respond with the same spark it once did. Tasks that used to be effortless, carrying groceries, gardening, or even climbing a few steps, begin to feel heavier. This isn't just about age, it's about the natural decline of energy and muscles that many accept as normal. Yet, deep inside, people long for vitality and the joy of moving freely again. Imagine waking up in the morning, but instead of feeling refreshed, there's a lingering heaviness, almost like carrying an invisible weight. That lack of energy steals precious moments, time with grandchildren, a walk in the park, or even the motivation to cook a favorite meal. The body whispers signals of weariness, but often those whispers are ignored until they grow louder. For many, this slow decline leads to frustration and even fear. They remember the days when their muscles responded quickly, when climbing a hill or dancing at a wedding brought only laughter. Now, fatigue and weakness creep in silently, making simple pleasures seem out of reach. It feels unfair, like a thief stealing vitality without warning. But here's the truth, losing energy doesn't have to be a fixed destiny after 60. There are ways, natural, simple, accessible, to feed the body what it truly craves. Just as a dried-out plant revives with water and sunlight, the human body can regain disposition and strength with the right nourishment. And often, the answer lies not in pills or artificial fixes, but in recipes rooted in nature itself. That's why so many are now rediscovering the power of small changes, choosing foods that awaken energy instead of draining it. Seeds, for instance, carry hidden potential to rebuild vitality from within. And as we look closer at these natural allies, something fascinating emerges. Simple recipes that turn back the clock, one spoonful at a time. Natural and simple recipes. Sometimes the simplest things carry the greatest power. A recipe doesn't need dozens of exotic ingredients or complicated steps to bring back energy and vitality. In fact, the beauty lies in simplicity, those natural combinations that our grandparents once trusted. A single spoon of a well-crafted natural recipe can do more for your health after 60 than a shelf full of supplements. Think about it. Seeds ground into a fine flour, mixed with a touch of fruit, and stirred into warm water or a morning smoothie. It's not fancy, but it works like a gentle push for your muscles and energy. This isn't about gourmet cuisine, it's about practicality. Things you can find in any local market, affordable and easy to prepare. One woman I once spoke with, well into her 80s, shared how she never skipped her daily spoon of seed flour. She wasn't chasing trends, just following what had always worked for her. Her secret wasn't hidden in expensive powders or complicated diets, but in a natural recipe that restored her disposition each day. Her smile was proof enough. The power of these recipes isn't only in nutrition, but in how they connect us back to the roots of health. Each ingredient tells a story, sun-dried seeds carrying concentrated energy, fruits holding life-giving sweetness, spices awakening circulation. When combined, they create a synergy that the body recognizes and welcomes. And here's the best part. Once you experience that little surge of natural energy, the question arises, what if it could go beyond energy? What if a simple recipe could also rebuild muscles, keeping you strong and independent well into your later years? That's where our next step begins. Strengthening muscles and preventing weakness. After 60, many people fear losing their independence more than anything else. And the truth is, weak muscles are often the silent cause. They don't just affect how far you can walk or how heavy a bag you can carry. They touch every part of life. Strong muscles are freedom, The freedom to get up from a chair without help, to take long walks, to hug loved ones tightly. When muscles begin to fade, even daily routines feel like uphill battles. Something as small as opening a jar, climbing a step, or holding balance while carrying groceries becomes risky. The loss isn't just physical, it eats away at confidence. That's why rebuilding and protecting strength becomes the heart of longevity. The good news is, the body has an incredible ability to respond, even after years of neglect. A consistent dose of protein, natural recipes with seeds, and light resistance exercises spark growth. Picture someone adding chia or pumpkin seed flour to a smoothie, then taking a 15-minute walk each morning. Over weeks, muscles start waking up again, almost as if remembering their old vitality. There's also a deeper effect. Strong muscles protect the bones, stabilize the joints, and keep energy flowing more efficiently. Each step, each movement becomes smoother, easier, more enjoyable. It's not about bodybuilding, it's about keeping your body ready to support the life you want to live. And as muscles come back to life, one can't help but wonder, what else could help? Beyond exercise and basic protein, what if specific foods hidden in plain sight could offer a reservoir of energy and strength? That's where functional foods, especially certain seeds, enter the story. Functional foods, seeds and superfoods. Seeds may look small, but they carry a universe of strength inside. Think of sunflower seeds packed with natural oils that fuel vitality, or quinoa, once called the gold of the Incas, bringing complete protein to support muscles. Then there's chia, with its gel-like magic that sustains energy, and pumpkin seeds, rich in minerals that protect health after 60. What makes these functional foods so remarkable is how simple they are to use. A handful sprinkled over a salad, blended into a smoothie, or even stirred into warm oatmeal can transform an ordinary meal into a recipe for longevity. No complicated rules, just tiny steps that make the body whisper, "Thank you." The beauty lies in their synergy. Each seed works in its own way, but together they create a steady current of energy and disposition. Imagine starting the day with a mix of chia and sunflower flour, then adding quinoa to lunch. Suddenly, energy doesn't crash mid-afternoon, and muscles feel nourished from within. People often search for the newest supplement or artificial booster, but seeds have stood the test of time. They're nature's blueprint for sustainable energy, offering what no synthetic capsule can truly replicate. It's as if the earth itself prepared these small gifts to help us thrive with health after 60. And as these natural allies weave into daily meals, the benefits begin to ripple outward. Stronger muscles, steadier energy, brighter moods, but also something more profound: protection against the slow, invisible threats of aging. Because seeds aren't just food, they're quiet guardians of health. Prevention of age-related diseases. One of the greatest fears after 60 is not simply aging, but the illnesses that often come with it. Weak bones, high blood sugar, rising cholesterol, these silent threats creep in slowly. But the truth is, prevention can be as natural as the food on your plate. Every spoonful of the right recipe is like an investment in your future health. Seeds, for instance, are more than just energy boosters. Pumpkin seeds help keep blood sugar stable, chia supports heart health, and sunflower seeds bring essential nutrients that protect bones. Each one acts like a shield, reducing the risks that often rise with age. And when combined, they become a powerful line of defense. Imagine an older adult who once struggled with aching joints and unstable energy. By adding a daily mix of seed flour to breakfast and pairing it with balanced meals, their doctor notices improved numbers, stronger bones, steadier blood pressure, healthier cholesterol. This isn't theory, it's the body's natural response to consistent care. The beauty of prevention is that it doesn't demand drastic change. It's not about cutting out everything you love, but about weaving protective foods into your daily rhythm. Think of it as a quiet partnership between you and nature, each meal an opportunity to reinforce health and extend vitality. And once someone sees how these natural choices protect them from within, a new question appears. How can all of this be turned into a daily habit, something simple and practical? That's where the idea of creating a super flour, easy to prepare and consume, begins to shine. Practical routine: how to prepare and consume the super flour. The beauty of this recipe is its simplicity. You don't need fancy equipment or hours in the kitchen, just a few seeds and a blender. Sunflower, chia, quinoa, and pumpkin seeds can be lightly toasted, then ground into a fine powder. Stored in a glass jar, this natural flour becomes a daily ally, ready to boost energy and vitality. Using it is effortless. One spoonful mixed into a morning smoothie, stirred into yogurt, or sprinkled over oatmeal can transform an ordinary meal into a powerhouse of health. For those who prefer something warm, adding it to a bowl of soup or vegetable broth works beautifully, giving both flavor and function. Consistency is key. Imagine starting each day with this small ritual, just one spoonful that fuels muscles, supports bones, and sustains energy. Over weeks, the body begins to respond. More disposition in the mornings, less fatigue in the afternoons, and a gentle strength returning with every step. It's not about perfection or rigid rules. Some days you might add it to salad, other days to fresh juice, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is making it part of your rhythm, a habit so simple it becomes second nature. Like brushing your teeth, it's a small action with long-term rewards. And here's the exciting part. When you feel this natural surge of energy from something so simple, you begin to question the alternatives. Why rely on artificial stimulants, quick fixes, or energy drinks when a natural, lasting source of vitality is sitting right in your kitchen? That's the next secret to uncover. Sustainable energy versus artificial energy. We live in a world full of quick fixes. A cup of strong coffee, an energy drink, or a sugar-filled snack promises instant energy, but that burst fades as quickly as it arrives. What follows is the crash, fatigue, irritability, and even more cravings. It's like trying to fuel a fire with paper. It burns fast, but never lasts. Sustainable energy feels entirely different. It's steady, reliable, and rooted in the body's natural rhythm. When you nourish yourself with seeds, whole foods, and natural recipes, the energy flows gradually, supporting muscles, sharpening focus, and keeping disposition alive throughout the day. No jitters, no sudden drop, just balance. Think of it like planting a tree. Artificial energy is like taping leaves onto a branch. They look good for a moment, but they don't grow. Sustainable energy, however, is like watering the roots. Slowly, silently, the tree becomes stronger, offering shade and fruit for years. The same happens with the body when you choose longevity over shortcuts. Many people discover this shift almost by accident. They swap their morning energy drink for a smoothie with seed flour, and within days, they feel lighter, steadier, and more focused. Instead of chasing spikes of vitality, they experience a quiet confidence that carries them through the day with ease. And as this new kind of energy becomes the norm, a deeper realization sets in. What we're tapping into isn't just nutrition, but a timeless wisdom. A harmony between science and ancestral knowledge that's been guiding humanity for centuries. That's where our final piece of the puzzle takes shape. Ancestral wisdom plus natural science. Long before laboratories and supplements, people turned to nature for healing and strength. Seeds, herbs, and simple recipes were passed down through generations, treasured as the wisdom of survival and longevity. Grandmothers knew how to restore energy after illness, how to use natural foods to keep muscles and bones strong. That knowledge wasn't theory, it was lived experience. Today, science confirms what our ancestors practiced instinctively. Research shows chia helps regulate blood sugar, quinoa delivers complete protein, pumpkin seeds strengthen the heart, and sunflower seeds protect the bones. It's as if modern studies finally caught up with traditions that families held onto for centuries. Blending both worlds, ancestral wisdom and scientific proof, creates a powerful sense of trust. It reminds us that health doesn't come from chasing the newest trend, but from honoring what has always worked, while also valuing the evidence that reassures us today. Together, they create a roadmap for true longevity. Picture this, an elder passing down her recipe for seed flour, her family watching and learning, while doctors nod in agreement at the benefits each ingredient brings. It's not just about nutrition, it's about connection, continuity, and a deeper respect for what the earth provides. The past and present shake hands in your kitchen. And when someone embraces this union of wisdom and science, they begin to see health differently, not as something fragile, but as something that can be nurtured, strengthened, and extended. Which leads to the bigger question. If this is possible with something as simple as seeds, what other secrets to vitality are waiting to be discovered? So now that you've seen how a simple natural recipe can restore muscles, boost energy, and protect your health after 60, let me ask you, what's stopping you from trying it today? Will you let fatigue keep writing your story, or will you take back control and choose vitality? Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Even one small step, like adding a spoon of this flour to your morning routine, can open the door to lasting change. Imagine how different your days could feel if you started fueling your body with what it truly craves. Now, I want to hear from you. What part of your life would benefit the most from more energy and strength? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you're truly committed, type the word energy to reaffirm your intention. And of course, don't forget, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss a chance to learn the natural secrets that can transform your health, your muscles, and your longevity. Your best years are not behind you. They're waiting to begin.
Go check the link in my bio. There is something extra waiting just for you, my friend.